Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, RegisKillbin is the name, and Gwent is the game. And these are my first impressions of the brand new card game from the folks who made the Witcher series, and specifically the Witcher 3, where Gwent was very famously enjoyed by players everywhere who played the Witcher 3, myself included. But of course, Projekt Red, the developers here, have decided to turn Gwent into its own standalone card game, so no longer does it have to live within the confines of The Witcher, but now it's its own game, similar to Hearthstone or all the other collectible card games out there these days. And I'm going to take a look at it for the very first time. The closed beta just started. I was lucky enough to get a key sent to me from the fine folks at Projekt Red. They were kind enough to support RegisKillbin and you guys, the viewers, by giving me a key. So thankfully we're going to get to play some Gwent. Now, I'm not giving up Hearthstone to take up Gwent, but I really did enjoy Gwent in Witcher 3. I didn't play it a ton. I focused more on the campaign, of course, but I played 10, 15, 20 games or whatever, and really did like it, and I think it's a cool alternative to Hearthstone. I think it's going to be relatively popular as well as this game moves from closed beta to open beta, and then eventually to release, of course, as well. But as I tend to do with first impressions video, where I take on new games and see what they're all about, probably going to play this for the next hour and a half. This is literally the first time I've logged into the game. I've still got the loading tutorial up here on the screen, so you guys are going to see it from the very, very beginning. And if it's a game I really enjoy, I might continue to play it in the future with additional Let's Plays or create some traditional videos as well in the standard RegisKillbin style. But for now, let's just go ahead and jump into Gwent and see if it's something that you might be interested in playing, and see if it holds up to what I would expect from the version of The Witcher, and I think it's pretty much a mirror of that. But now, of course, it's a competitive game that you play against real opponents instead of always just NPCs as you did in the game. So, all of that exposition out of the way, it's time to jump in, and it's welcome to Gwent. This apparently is a tutorial, and as you can see, Gwent is a game where two armies lock in a mortal struggle on the field of battle. The goal is to win 2 rounds against your opponent. So unlike a game like Hearthstone or most other really collectible card games like this, Gwent, you have 3 rounds in every match. So, it's not just all at once like in Hearthstone. But really, a lot of the strategy is built around those rounds. Like, sometimes you might sacrifice the first round just to have a really good second and third round. And of course, the first who wins 2 rounds takes the match, which would be considered as similar to just a single game in Hearthstone. So it's not really about winning rounds. No one cares. It's really about winning the overall match, right? The overall game. Okay, so the UI is a little different, it looks like, than The Witcher. So it's also been a long time since I played Gwent, since The Witcher 3's release. So I'm going to be kind of relearning this myself. So we are going to go through this tutorial and figure this out together, right? So you'll be able to jump right in if you were lucky enough to get a closed beta invite, or, as this game hits open beta and beyond. So these crowns, looks like this one down here is mine, and that one's theirs. Show your progress towards victory. The top crowns of your opponents, of course, and blah blah. Get both halves and you win the game. So I guess it starts out empty, and if you get two halves, which is 2 wins, then you win the actual game. And this is the total strength of your army. Whoever has the more total strength at the end of a round wins and gets that half a crown, or gets that first round victory. So unlike Hearthstone, where you have sort of a declining health total and the person who gets to 0 loses, in this instance, you kind of start at 0 and you want to climb up. So right now, if this round were to end, it looks like my opponent would beat me 14-13. I'd lose that round. As you can see, some cards have already been placed on the battlefield. These are units. Placing them on the battlefield increases your total strength. So we've got an 8 and a 5, clearly going to 13. He's got an 8 and a 6, go to 14. Each player can only play 1 card per turn. Once this is done, it is the other player's turn. Your opponent will play first in this particular match. Now, unlike Hearthstone, where you've got like a mana bar or resources like that, Gwent is really more about a game of like taking turns. It's almost like a real-time strategy in a sense, or I guess not real-time strategy, excuse me, a turn-based game in that regard, even more so than Hearthstone, and that you get like 1 action essentially. I think there are some caveats to that, but it changes the strategy in a fundamental way. So there's not as much mana resource and like math piecing things together like that. It's more about kind of sneaky maneuvering, I guess, if you will, in my experience at least. But I'm sure everything I'm saying right now, if I keep playing Gwent 6 months from now, I'm sure I'll go back and watch this video and think, man, he's an idiot. Why is he saying that? So who knows what we'll learn on this this journey. Each player can only play one card per turn. We already read that. Okay. So he played a 7. All right, that's pretty big. Each unit has an assigned position, determining which row it can be played on. Some grammar there. Should be saying determining on which row it can be played. For example, the Fiend can only be played on the melee row. So there's 3 rows. There's melee, there's ranged, and there's like a siege row, I think it's called. Yeah, the siege row. And that's going to make a big difference because cards have effects that like buff a row or, you know, debuff your opponent's rows. So that's a pretty big element there. And the icons here clearly indicate that. These are going to be melee. This is going to be ranged. And siege are things like a catapult. Whoa. Play the Geralt card now. Or Geralt, excuse me. Geralt of Rivia. To do so, highlight it and double press enter or just use the mouse button to drag and drop it on the battlefield. So he's a 12 melee. This is going to hit big.
Let's get this over with.
Cool. Yeah, my strength went up 12. We got 20 in this row, 5 in this row. Alright. It's up to 28. Play your remaining cards in any order. Okay, we'll play
aye, sir.
Play a ranged guy. He has a lot of these lizard dudes. Oh, cool, this one's animated. That's awesome looking. Wow. That's like legit animated as opposed to golden cards in Hearthstone, which are just kind of, you know, kind of doctored up. This one is like actually living. That's awesome. Oh, whoa! Geralt is too. That's sick. That's awesome. And I don't know, that has like a purple icon if you look in the lower right hand corner. So apparently that's some sort of rarity. I don't know if it corresponds to Hearthstone's rarities or not, guys, yet. But that one's got a blue, so it looks like they're using a pretty similar structure. But who knows what order those go in. So let's go ahead and play our card.
Long live, etc., etc.
Oh, that all happened really fast, but we won the round. I guess he ran out of cards, so we just won. Yeah, with 40 to 35, good job. That's it, huh? GG, we're done, I guess. We beat Gwent, guys. That's it. Okay, so in this game you learn about advanced card mechanics and round dynamics. So here's a mulligan, it looks like. Choose a card to redraw. I'm calling that the redraw instead of the mulligan. Okay. All battles start with a mulligan. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, swap up to 3 cards you don't want in your hand during the next battle for new cards drawn from your deck. So, I guess it's identical to Hearthstone's mulligan, it sounds like. I don't remember how this operates. I thought it was a little different in the back of my mind, but maybe it's not after all. It wants us to swap a decoy, Commander's Horn, and Clear Skies. So it looks like we got some cooler stuff. Good strategy is to open a round by playing a strong card. That way your opponent will have to play high strength cards to match your total. Play the Geralt card now. Like that makes sense on a basic level, but what could happen sometimes is if you burn some of your best cards, they can just sacrifice this round and you've wasted your 12 attack card. And it's like they now have a huge advantage because they can save up their 12 attack card for later. So I like that the game is teaching us this, but I think there's going to be some deeper levels of strategy than that indicates. Clearly the Hearthstone tutorial I know is not exactly full of high level advice. So your opponent's about to play a card that musters more cards to the battlefield. No, not muster for battle. It's giving me flashbacks. This means all copies of this card in your opponent's deck will instantly appear on the battlefield. That sounds insanely powerful. In Hearthstone, that would be nuts. Cool. Some units can deal damage to other units, reducing their strength. Play the Vernon Roche card now, and choose which enemy unit is damaged. So this has a battle cry, it looks like. Is there an indicator for that, or do you just kind of have to know? I don't really see. He's a yellow or orange, I guess. He's like a legendary. Trying to learn the sort of hierarchy of card qualities, and they each have these little banners hanging down the side. I feel like those are new. I don't remember that very well. Anyway, we're going to Vernon Roche.
That's what matters.
Oh, cool. So we have a little targeting. That's nice. Little reticle battle cry effect here. Sure. we'll kill that one. If you reduce unit strength to 0, it goes to the graveyard. How do I actually cycle through cards in the graveyard, though? Won't let me. I'm not really sure how this works. How do you cycle through cards here? The UI is not obvious to me how I cycle through stuff. I tried pressing arrow keys. I feel like it should all be controllable via the mouse. We'll probably figure that out later. Maybe it's turned off for the tutorial. So anyway, we're going to play our cards in the remaining order. Right now we're up 19 to 13. Let's play a siege guy. Oh, he has an attack too. Where do you read that, by the way? And how do you turn this off? I cannot cancel this. It will not let me cancel the effect. I'm hitting right. Oh, on that note, I should mention, by the way, there was a disclaimer in the game itself, and I should mention this to you guys too, to be fair. This is a closed beta. It's still a work in progress. Not everything's necessarily finished or polished, and we might encounter some bugs or some errors. That's not an indication that the game is bad at all, and I won't represent it as such either. But just keep that in mind. Don't let necessarily anything wonky or weird color your opinion too much. This is literally the first rendition of the game that's been released to anybody outside of probably the developers themselves. So on that note, it won't let me right-click to cancel, so that may be a function of a bug. I'm not really sure of the tutorial. Who knows? Okay, so our opponent's about to play special card Scorch. This card destroys the strongest units on the battlefield, so this is like an ultimate flame strike. I think you pick a row? Oh no, okay, it didn't affect those because they're gold cards. Alright, so those are sort of like legendaries that have some sort of immunity to sort of board-wide or at least row-wide effects. Yeah, okay, so this is an interesting here. This is a lot here. This teaches us something. This would be a good time to pass because we're so strong in the lead. We're at 19 to 11, right? Like, he's going to have to commit to the board pretty strong already to catch up. So we don't want to, like, play something and then just let him forfeit the game, because that means I've wasted, like, an 8 drop here. I've wasted one of my 8 mana cards. He's going to forfeit and lose anyway. So then we have one less card going into future rounds. So we're kind of managing our card advantage and keeping our resources in check since we know we're winning. And in fact, I would say we're already a little too board committed. Something like a 15 to 11 lead might still present that same conundrum, but we could have like a 7 drop in hand instead of a 5 drop. So that's a pretty important thing to do. Yep, losing a round is fine. We've covered that. Pass by highlighting the coin and clicking and holding the left mouse button or pressing and holding space. Once you pass, you can't play any more cards and your opponent can play as many as they want. I just accidentally held pass again? I don't really know how this works. I think I accidentally held the mouse button down too long. I don't know if we're supposed to lose. Maybe so. But it looks like we have card advantage, so we're in a good spot. Okay, so they won. So they start. At the start of the second round, both players draw 2 cards from their deck. Excuse me, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. As you can see, you've got a significant lead over your opponent. They only have a few cards left. Yeah. Continue playing and defeat your opponent. Okay, cool. So you get 2 cards at the start of every round. I don't know how big our hand size is capped at. I wonder if you can burn cards, much like in Hearthstone. What does she do? Remove 4 strength from an opposing non-gold unit.
I have no interest in politics.
So we can... That was a pretty big guy. We cut it down. He did the same thing to us. That's pretty neat. So these don't have any abilities. I'm looking at the abilities right here, by the way, if you're not sure where. Remove strength from an opposing non-gold unit. Let's just keep nerfing this guy, I guess. What are we at? We're at 7, he's at 11. Let's just play a big dude. Actually, let's do it on the melee row, just in case he has something that affects an entire row. We don't want to, like, overcommit to a row. So he passed. Yeah, he passed, so that he's basically conceding the game at this point. So we're just going to pass as well. because that's going to win us the round. As soon as 2 people in a row pass, that just ends the game. So like if you pass when your opponent has a lead, you're basically saying, I give up. I'm not putting any more resources on the board. In the 3rd round, you draw 1 card from your deck. And this is winner take all on this round, so this spawns 1 exact copy of this unit. And by the way, I was calling this cost earlier. It's actually not a cost at all. There's no resource or cost. You just get to play 1 card, so it's really just more a measure of strength. And there's no like health or attack values. It's just getting this number bigger, right? So in some ways, it's simpler than Hearthstone in that regard because it's not like minion to minion combat. It's more about doing the math and understanding the mechanics of passing back and forth between opponents. It's a little bit different structurally. Actually, a lot different. It's fundamentally different than card games like Hearthstone or Magic or whatever else that you might be used to. It's a different spin, and that's one of the reasons I like it, actually. Okay, so it's our turn. We're down by 1, so we certainly can't pass or he'll just win. So we have to play a minion. We'll play a smaller minion. I mean, at some point... Wait, what does this do? I'm not sure what the card text does, and I cannot cancel it. Remove strength. Okay. That is a monster. So basically, we're gonna end up playing everything here, but it doesn't mean you can just go dumb because he might have like a card that kills melee units or affects melee units or something. So you still kind of have to be smart even if you're in a big lead like this, or you could theoretically blow the game. It's just like overcommitting into a flame strike against a mage with a bunch of 4 health minions, right? You just have to be careful, even with a big lead. Okay, so again, we're ahead. Our opponent passed, so we might as well pass as well. And we win! So yeah, we lost the first one, but able to carry the second two. Pretty cool. Obviously, I'm sure that was a very easy game, an easy example. Alright, Aridin.
Close ranks!
So these are like the characters we are, I guess, sort of, like the hero almost. Swap out cards you don't want to use in this battle. Oh yeah, you can pull the screen here, so there's actually a lot of stuff. So this is like your full hand, I guess. How many cards are here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you literally just swap out everything you don't want, and you might think, oh, well, I just want all the big cards. But it depends on the deck and the strategy how that's going to work. Sometimes you might want to start small and not have a dead hand that's unflexible and stuff. So, like for instance, we don't need 3 of the same dudes each time. So let's just swap out some cards. I feel like they gave us some ringer cards. We got some gold, awesome cards here. You learn how to use leaders. So not heroes, they're called leaders. But let's start by playing a unit. So let's... it wants us to play this guy, I guess. It won't let me... Oh, wow, that guy's cool. Your opponent has used his leader. Leaders can only be used once per game. That's not once per round, that's once per game. And using a leader ends your turn just like playing a card. So it's just like a super card. Drag your leader card onto the battlefield. Press X. Or... What? There's like a lot of... So wait, what does he do? Spawn an exact copy of a friendly bronze unit. So that's got a bronze border, I guess. That makes it bronze. This card you see here, like the border looks kind of bronze, I guess. I guess that means it's not... Oh, here's a silver. So she's got a silver border. He's got a gold. So this is a, summon a copy, but it doesn't want you doing it on super powerful stuff. So.
Crush those vermin!
Opponent is about to play a weather card. Yeah, here, these are like debuffs, basically. These cards reduce the strength of all units on a row to a minimum. They affect both sides of the battlefield, meaning both you and your opponent will feel their consequences. So yeah, he froze out. They don't affect gold units. Other cards usually used when your opponent has significantly more strength than you on a specific row. So, like, for instance, he knew this was going to be protected. I had 16 strength here. He had 10. He's like, no way, I'm not dealing with that. Let's freeze it off. So that suddenly, you know, that was it went from 16 to 14 to 2, so 14 damage debuff. He gained 14 total damage, but it did take a turn, right? It took his whole turn, and we have this really handy clear skies, remove all weather effects. So we basically just get to negate that whole turn of his. So he's in the same spot he was before, but we're still like reacting and making decisions. Why did we get a card draw just now? I'm not really sure why we drew a card. It seemed like it popped up, or maybe it just moved it to the forward because this is a tutorial. I'm not actually sure. But the Commander's Horn card has been added to your hand. You place it on any row to double the strength of all non-gold units on that row. So that's kind of insane. It's like that was like a spell basically, right? It's not a minion you play. As you can see, you now have a significant lead over your opponent. You can now pass and win the round. So he passed. He's like, no, I'm out. You've got crazy stuff happening. I can't find a way to deal with this. I'm not going to burn all my resources trying to figure out how to beat you. I'm just done. Okay. Now you know the basics. Continue playing to find out more about the game, the tactics you can set in motion, and the foes you will face. With each battle, you'll gain experience and hone your skills. Use that knowledge to bring your enemies to their knees. Good luck and have fun. Oh man, just took off the leash. They set us free. We're good to go. Okay, we can figure this out. So again, I don't really think I want to commit with a big minion. I kind of like the idea of saving those for later. What does a decoy do? Return a non-gold unit on your side to your hand. So this is a card that basically says, oh, I went too hard in and I'm still losing. You can sort of preserve some card advantage by pulling off the big guy.
Aye, sir.
And getting it back in your hands. Okay, so we're down by 1. Let's just keep going a little slower, play a 5 guy, take this down. Don't want to go too hard so that we're behind. And by the way, we like know this guy's deck a little bit now. Like we know he has a few of these 8 drops, so you can start thinking about that math, right? Like we didn't now, but I was like, I have 12. If I take 2 off of this, he goes down to 6, and he plays an 8. He's going to be at 14. So you know, it wasn't necessarily right, but if the numbers had been a couple points here or there, we could have known that playing an 8 drop wouldn't have been enough, right? There's ways to probably win games like that if you know your opponent's deck and cards.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
So for instance, now he has to play something worth 5 or more because we put him, we were 18 to 14. So he just tied us. We could pass here, I think. Let him do something, let him figure it out. I don't know what happens if you tie and you pass, but let's pass and just see how this works in action, right? Okay, he played a weather. Why did I lose the round? Not sure I understand how that works just now. I guess if I pass, he gets to play as much as he wants. So he just played 1 card to gain an advantage and then quit. Okay, that's not how I thought that worked. I thought you only got to pass. You got to pass, they got to play a card, then you got to go again. But I guess once you pass, you're basically saying the game is more or less over. So probably my bad there. But it's still, we got him to waste a weather card and didn't really spend any more resources than him, so we should be in a great position. He has 6 cards in hand. We have way more than that, right? So it's going to be very, very hard for us to lose. Plus, not to mention we have like awesome cards that are hard to deal with. That's so cool looking. Look at that, how cool that is. Okay, let's just keep playing, guys. So we're really susceptible to like a melee effect right now. What does this guy do? I forgot. Probably removes some strength. So I could remove a strength here, but if he plays a weather card that affects melee, those are gonna get reduced anyway. So I want to play it on a row that I'm not in, right? Like I want to reduce this, so I wouldn't be nearly as impacted by a weather card. I guess I just play out, right? I don't think I'm going to pass, but it might give him an option to win if he could play enough cards. Remove 4 strength from an opposing non-gold unit. We don't really need that yet. Let's just, we need a siege guy just to split our resources a little bit. We're so far ahead right now. Like, what could he possibly do? We have so much stuff.
I've no interest in politics.
We'll keep that guy in check. We're dominating this guy's deck. Poor tutorial Aridin. It's getting wrecked. Sure.
You can try to win them all.
There's no way for him to win. There's no 23-point card. So here we could pass and it'd be over because he's out of cards, but we can also just play out our hand. The game is over, right? So here we just pass. Cool. That's pretty easy, guys. It's gonna get harder, I have a feeling, though. By the way, so far, I'm really pleased with like the UI and the feel of the game. I know sometimes that stuff's just hard to come across when you're watching a video, but like it feels and sounds tight and has high production values, I guess. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but a lot of the collectible card games out there, like the art quality and the production values just aren't up to snuff. And not surprised at all, because CD Projekt Red and the Witcher team have made some amazing games in the past, the highest of quality. So, as expected, but certainly not a letdown at all. Very, very, very happy with how it feels. Okay, so we're done with the tutorial. You want to play the deck builder tutorial? Yeah, I think so. So welcome to the main menu. From here you can access all the different areas of the game. In the next tutorial, you'll learn how the deck builder works. Highlight the deck builder button and press click. I'd never have time, those load so fast. Welcome to the deck builder. Here you can put together new decks. I wonder if there's only 9 deck slots or if we actually get more. Or modify existing decks, of course. Highlight the new deck button, so nothing too surprising there. Cards in Gwent are divided into factions. Each faction has unique cards, which only it can use. Pick a faction and click a button, or just press enter to continue. So I guess ultimately these are actually a little more like the classes in Hearthstone. The leader cards are more like a hero power almost, I guess. Now that I think about it, if you're trying to attach it to that sort of thinking, it's totally different clearly, but that's sort of the hierarchy of how the things unfold. So these are a class with specific class cards with leaders within them. So I don't really care. Northern Realms looks cool, but I think we're going to take monsters just because that's funny. Oh, but I should note that each faction has its own unique effect. This is also kind of like a hero power, right? And that affects how the game unfolds. So this one allows you to keep a random neutral or monster unit on your side of the battlefield at the end of each round. So normally, of course, the cards at the end of a round just go away, but this pulls one back to your hand, and it's random, so you know, you could get a really junky one, or you could get an amazing one, it sounds like. But it has to be a neutral or monster unit, so apparently that's not like the class cards. So I don't know how that works exactly, but Northern Realms, whenever a gold unit appears on your side of the battlefield, add 2 to its strength. Alright, so that seems to reward maybe control-style decks with big gold units. I don't really know if that's the right way to talk about that kind of thing, but this almost seems like a zoo-style. When I say zoo, if you're not familiar with Hearthstone, that means like unleashing a lot of units onto the board in kind of a flood. But who knows which is which. I don't really know what these look like just yet. Then there's the Scoia'tael. Scoia'tael? At the beginning of one round per match, you can choose who plays first. Intriguing. I think it seems to me initially that the opponent playing first is more of an advantage just because that gives you sort of the reactionary benefit. Unlike Hearthstone, where often going first is a huge advantage because of things like minion initiative, right? Minions go to sleep and they need a turn to act. So going first means you get to decide how your minion acts before your opponent does. They're always on the back foot. In this game, that's not relevant. There's no like attacking phase. So it seems to me like going first is just a disadvantage most of the time. Probably. Because I don't really see it mechanically, or at least game design-wise, how it could benefit you, other than just putting you behind your opponent, essentially, in terms of decision-making. But anyway, that's cool that occasionally you can probably steal that right from your opponent. And then there's Skellige, which I actually think is how that's pronounced in the game, if I remember right. It's not Skellige or anything. And Skellige, at the end of each round, add 1 strength to the original value of every unit in your hand, deck, and graveyard. Oh, wow. So round 3, Skellige is going to just ruin people if they have any card advantage at all. So that sounds like a really, I guess, control style, or at least second, third game archetype to me. And then Nilfgaard, that's a hilarious name, is not here yet. So let's go ahead and just take monsters. I bet that's pretty easy to get into. And select the leader that will be used for the newly created deck. It seems like we only have one right now, so I guess we're going to take Aridin. He is a scary looking dude. Never have time to read that. This is your card collection. All the cards you've collected are shown here. That's a really unfriendly user interface, I feel like. There's got to be a better way to view this. Oh, here we go. Filters and stuff, yeah. You can use the card filters to display only specific types of cards, and this is your deck. You can add cards from your collection or move cards you don't want back to your collection. So we can have a max of 40 and a min of 25. Is there a disadvantage or advantage? I can't remember. I feel like there was some mechanic that made it better and or worse. I mean, traditionally, you want actually less cards in your deck in games, in card games, and that sounds counterintuitive to some people, but that's because you can be way more consistent in the cards you draw. Like, you know, you're more likely to get any given card at any given instance, so you can build more decks with more synergies and internal consistencies and such. So, like, it makes sense to me to have a 25 card deck, but I wonder if there's an advantage, particularly in this game, to have a 40 card deck. And it's cool that you can differ, right? It looks like you can go anywhere in between as far as I'm concerned. So that's going to be a whole nother layer of complexity and skill, probably, as far as building decks is concerned, which I like a lot in games like this. Hearthstone can sometimes feel a little limited in that regard once the meta is defined. There just aren't that many variables to control in Hearthstone deck design, and this one seems to have way more. So let's add a card to our deck. Why does it show the rows up here, but then I also add it here? I don't really understand. Okay, it's gonna do it for me. Oh, these are like spell cards. Okay. Let's remove a card. Yeah, that's pretty easy. This is the card counter. It helps you construct a valid deck and shows you the deck limitations. Now that you've constructed a valid deck, press escape to leave the screen and save your deck. Cool. Covers all the deck builder basics. Feel free to experiment with different cards and decks. Remember, you can always come back and modify any of your decks. Press escape to leave. Do you want to play the shop tutorial? Yeah, why not? I'm going to end up buying stuff anyway, so of course I do. The next tutorial will explain how the shop works. Highlight the shop button? Yeah, whatever. I'm not reading all that.
Ahoy, hoy, human friend!
This guy's awesome. Okay, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. So instant win there. Really nice art design here in the background and stuff. I really like this a lot. That's my real name instead of my RegisKillbin name, but my name is on my YouTube channel anyway, guys, so don't feel bad. But if anybody's curious, that's my real name. Name's Corey, not Regis. So anyway, welcome to the shop. Here you can buy various in-game items, most importantly new cards. Yeah, of course you want us buying cards. So kegs or card packs, it sounds like. Alright, you've already got one keg. Open it to see what's inside. Do so, press space. If you want to open a card keg, yeah, of course. Yeah. What an awesome animation. Okay, so first you're shown 4 cards that came in your keg. Flip them over to see what you got. Highlight each card in turn. Yeah. Wow. Lacerate looks like a common quality to me. Choose a row and remove 3 strength from all non-gold units on it. That's awesome.
Nice.
A Wild Hunt Warrior. Choose a non-gold unit on your opponent's side of the battlefield and remove 1 strength from it. If that unit was destroyed, add 2 strength to this unit. Immune to frost effects. So I guess if you remove 1 strength, if something's at 1 and you remove 1 from it, does that kill it? It sounds like it does based on the design of this card. Because it says if it was destroyed, it gets a buff. And he's immune to frost effects. Cool. Oh, a purple! Oh, a golden purple! I think that's good. I don't know. I don't think it's golden in the sense of a Hearthstone golden, but it's a strong golden border card. And she has an eyeball here, which I don't know what that means, but she's ranged. Bird of Brand, draw 4 cards. Oh, okay. Keep 1 in your hand and discard the rest to your graveyard. So that's actually still really strong. A 9 strength card that is a card draw? That's awesome. Do you get to pick which one you keep, or is it random? It's not clear to me from the description there, and I don't really know how stuff works. There's also a Necker. Play all copies of this unit from your deck. Yeah, okay. And then next, you choose one of 3 cards. The card you choose will go to your collection, while the others will be destroyed. To make your choice, highlight a card and click the left arrow, accept, or press, left mouse button. Yeah. Okay. So, unlike Hearthstone, where you just get a random blue every time, you're guaranteed to get at least 1 blue. I think the same principle works here, where you're guaranteed to get a blue, but you get to pick from a selection. You basically get to discover which blue you want. So you know how it is, sometimes you get like the blue you've already gotten 7 times, and it just constantly gets dusted. This time around, you can pick the card you actually need or want or fits your deck or your style or whatever. And I think that sometimes this also gets upgraded to a legendary from what I read, or whatever it's called in Gwent, right? A high quality card. So the same thing happens there. Instead of getting stuck with like the Lorewalker Cho if you're a Hearthstone player, you get to pick like the Tyrion Forgebringer or something. So as far as this is concerned, I do not know anything about these cards. I don't know what these banners mean. I think these are probably the different factions. So it's not clear which one I should pick. This doesn't seem very good to me. We set all non-gold units to their base strength. Although I guess there are like some doubling effects and stuff. This could be pretty big. It's sort of a silence effect. There's the Clan Tursic Skirmishers. When played from the graveyard, add 4 to this unit's original strength. I can't see what its strength is because of this. Oh, it's 5. And the Mahakam Guard. Choose 1 non-gold unit on your side of the battlefield and add 5 strength to it. And that seems like a pretty cool buff. I don't really know how graveyard stuff works, and I don't know that this spell's any good, so I think we'll just go ahead and take the Mahakam Guard. Sure. So that's our final pack after we've picked. They've been added to my collection. Yep. Okay, so we got another new pack. Okay, cool. Yeah, alright, so that's, I didn't get to look at options yet. Settings, sure. Graphics quality, sure. All that seems fine. Vibration enabled. I guess if you're playing on a controller. It seems like the game, with all this swipe stuff, is designed for sort of mobile or at least controller style for sure. Oh, cool. So here's like the play modes. Oh, I see up here too. Yeah, got it. This is an easier UI. So there's casual match, friend match, practice, and tutorial. We've already been through the tutorial. Here's, I guess there's no ranked mode just yet, it looks like. Deck builder and collection. So those kind of happen in separate places, I guess. I don't know what that recycle thing means. Welcome to the card collection. You can use this menu to preview the cards available in Gwent and craft ones you don't have using scraps. I guess that's arcane dust. There's a lot of borrowed stuff here. After reaching level 3, you will also gain the ability to mill unwanted cards. That sounds like disenchanting from Hearthstone to me as well. So apparently these are new card buttons. Looks like we got a lot to start. All of these are going to be new for a long time. Why are these grayed out? Does that mean I don't own it? Apparently so. So, man, look at this. Even the crafting and milling. I can't move my mouse, but look right here on the screen. It's a very similar structure to Hearthstone, it looks like, right? Like crafting costs 4 times as much as milling. Which, you know, if you're trying to craft a legendary in Hearthstone will sound pretty familiar. Oh, it's 8 times as much for these guys, though. Okay, so, I mean, it'd be cool to go through all these cards and try to learn them really fast. I might actually do a video where I do that. It just depends on how much I really love Gwent. And kind of give my first impressions of all the Gwent cards, because I really don't know these cards or understand the mechanics of the game well enough to even really judge them. So here, this is cool. You can go by each class, basically, as you might expect. So a lot of, like, this UI is kind of doubles down, right? Like, this does the same thing as hitting this. So there's a lot of Xbox considerations, I think, made here. But yeah, the UI seems pretty nice. It's nothing too surprising. How many total cards do we have? I guess 208, it sounds like. I bet these numbers add up to 208. It's 40 times 5, basically. Yeah, it's 208. So I don't know how many total... Oh, no, we have 68 out of 208. Okay, I got it. So only 208 cards. That's not a ton, but the way the game works, I don't think you need quite as many. So it's not often about cards so much as your opponent. You play your opponent just as much as you play your cards in Gwent, I would imagine. Oh, so you click in a card too here and scroll. Oh, this is an awesome way to scroll through cards. This is going to be great for videos. That's what I'm thinking about. And this artwork is just stunning, always. Wow, really high quality artwork. Not to judge Hearthstone too harshly. I really like the cute style and like, you know, the artistic style, or I mean, excuse me, the cartoony style of Hearthstone art. But this is all like hyper realistic, really sharp looking stuff. Fantastic art all around. I might do an art video because this is just stunning. That'd be one of the best looking cards in Hearthstone right there, and it's just some random dude. Oh, really nice. Okay, so let's try to build a deck for real, and then let's play a couple games, and then I think that'll give us a good sense of, you know, our first impressions of Gwent. So let's start a new deck. Let's still do monsters. I think that's fine. And okay, man, I don't even know where to start, guys. This is actually a very annoying way to scroll through your cards. I know there's only 208, but man, this seems very annoying to me. Oh, okay, at least you can do this. So we definitely want our golds and I guess our silvers. I don't. Oh, what? Prize-winning cow. When removed, spawn one chort unit. I don't know what a chort is. Can I? Is there a way to zoom in on the card? Oh yeah, cool. A chort. Apparently a chort is a 9 attack guy. So it looks like this is something you try to remove yourself, almost like, say, a Nerubian egg in Hearthstone. Because your opponent's not going to want to remove it. But it's sort of maybe a defensive card against board clears and something you can set up yourself. That's awesome. It's a really sad picture, though. All the cows are dead. I guess this guy's eating them or something. I don't know. I don't know what loyal means. Maybe that means our opponent can't steal it. I don't remember that that particular thing in the game. Manticore. This looks awesome. Okay. Scorch. That was awesome. That looked like it was very valuable. I don't know how this synergizes with certain deck styles at all. This is going to be a learning experience. New card games with new cards, with new structures and new mechanics is always a very big challenge. But I guess we probably just want to add in all these. These seem really good, right? Gold and silver seem relevant. So from here, I don't know. What do we want to do? Just add in big guys? So spells always seem to have this... I call them spells, you know, effects, whatever they're called. Always seem to have the sort of brown strap with the green mail up here if you look on the icons in the corner, right? And this little tabard hanging in the corner as well. I think units have, yeah, units always have this sort of thing. And red does in fact seem to indicate that they are monsters based. If you look here, the red card back appears to be the monsters faction, and these look neutral to me. Are there neutral units? Oh, I guess these are neutral units. Geralt is a neutral unit. This guy looks like a monsters unit still, but Geralt looks to be a neutral unit to me. And remember, there was some distinctions there as far as like sometimes you had effects that only affected neutral stuff or class stuff, so that's probably important. So let's add this guy. Why can't I add another one? Oh, I think it's showing me I've used 2. Oh yeah, I see. I only have 2 available. I think you can run 3 of a single card, right? Oh, and I see these have limits too. I didn't notice this originally. You can only run 4 and 6, so 10 of your cards can be the awesome stuff, and 15 or more can be the rest. Let's do this guy too, and this guy because he looks big and cool, and resistant to fog, which is nice. This is cool. Do we have anything that... Oh, man, we just don't have enough cards. I think we're going to have to basically add all of these class cards for sure. And right now, in my mind, higher strength stuff is just going to be universally better. I don't know. That may be wrong, eventually. I want to find a card that combos with my cow. Right now, I'm looking for something that removes 1 strength from a unit on either side of the field, or something of that regard. What does breedable mean? Look at the monster nest here. Breedable units. I wish there was a way to know what this keyword is. That is crazy looking. I really like the monster's tabard hanging down. That's super cool. I don't remember that at all from the actual game. From Witcher 3, I mean. I don't know, do we want weather effects? I mean, we could easily do a weather effect on Siege in some round, because we don't have very many Siege minions, like most of our stuff's melee. So is there torrential rain affects melee? What is it that affects? Is it, I think fog affects, I thought rain affected Siege. I need to find a weather card that affects Siege. Let's see. Ranged rows? Okay, that's fog on ranged. Clear skies counters. Biting frost is melee. I guess we don't have the siege. Maybe it's cold? I sure thought it was rain from what I remember, but... Because, the siege engines get stuck in the rain, and that's even what the art there is indicating. I wonder if that is... I almost wonder if that's a typo. Melee rows. What I remember from The Witcher 3 is that rain impacted siege weapons. The art seems to indicate that. It really feels like this should be a siege effect. Maybe that's a small mistake there. We'll try it out anyway, but actually, if we can't, because if it's actually melee, we're going to get ruined, because all of our good stuff is melee. So I don't think I saw any cards that impacted... that did 1 damage to my cow. So we might just have to leave that. Maybe one of these minions did. I certainly didn't. I certainly didn't read them all carefully. We may just have to play the cow out as sort of a bait anyway. And as far as what else we want to play, Warcry seems ridiculous. Double the strength of all your weakened non-gold units. Maybe not. I don't know what a weakened unit is. So maybe that's not quite good. This adds 4 strength to all copies of a minion on the sides. Like, we can make this an 8 and turn 3 of these into 8s. So that could be essentially, like a 12 strength boost from the single card, which is pretty good for 1 card, I think, as far as value is concerned. So, let's just grab a couple debuffs, I guess, and maybe a fog. We don't have that much ranged. And that's, that's 26 cards. Like, who knows? This might be okay. How do you name a deck? Did I miss, Nope, don't want that. I just built it, dude. Don't be crazy. Oh, we've also got starter decks, clearly. That's pretty chill of them. That's helpful. Eridan's deck number 1. So that's the name. That's the one we made before, right? Fortunately, both of them have 26 cards, so... I feel like I didn't see a golem, and is this my deck I just made? It is, right? It's exactly the same. Oh, here we go. Here is the, Regis plays Gwent. Gwent number 1. We'll try that. And, why do I have... I guess this one is the wrong one? That looks like the deck I just made. Guys, which one's the one I just made? I really don't know. It's weird how it plants one of these at the back every time and then plants the other one at the front. That feels a little unusual. I don't think I had this. I don't think I put Monster Nest in my deck, right? And I don't think I ran these 1-drop guys, so this does not feel like mine. We're gonna delete Regis Plays Gwent number 1. I don't think that's actually our deck. I think we want Eridan's deck number 2. Yeah. And we'll go rename this real quick, just to have some fun. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Oh no! I think I deleted my deck, guys. Well, I'm over it now. I'm really over it now. I think we can get it back pretty fast. It was just all the strong stuff, and then, oh yeah, there are those golems. We ran these guys, and... Oh, it says breedable. There's the keyword right there. Okay, cool. We ran this, and one of these. And I think we ran a Clear Skies. And we ran one of these. Missing 2 things. What else did we have, I wonder? Probably these. I think I said we wanted a debuff. And, Oh, Epidemic is actually what we need. That's destroy the weakest non-gold units. That's our cow. That will always destroy our cow. So that's perfect. I'm glad I came back and found that, because I otherwise wouldn't have sorted that out. So this is Regis Plays Gwent. Number 1. 0.1. Because I deleted the other one. Oh, you can't do 1.1s and stuff. What's that? Okay, so we got our deck. We're gonna go play a match. Do we want to practice? Let's just jump in. Like, forget it. Oh, actually, first I want to look and see if I can view my profile or anything. I don't know what this means. These are kegs. Do we still have 2 kegs? I don't know how to open kegs. Oh, I guess we have more kegs first, guys. Let's try this real fast. I'm not gonna go redo my deck. But... Monster card. Oh, actually, I may go redo my deck. We need that guy. Okay, so we got a blue. That feels extra. Another blue. We'll take the Water Hag. She is a monster card. Creates rain and is immune to rain. Nice. And she's a siege unit, so definitely the rain is siege. That must be... that must just have been a typo or something. So we'll take her. Let's just go ahead and go all in on monsters for now. I'm sure that will change in the future. But let's open another keg. This guy is so awesome. What is his name? We've got a lot of those. Those are probably going to get milled, I think it was called.
Wow!
Why did he say wow? Seemed common. Because he always has a reaction. Commander's Horn sounds really good to me. Doubling the strength of stuff. You gotta be careful because it's susceptible to things that, like, wipe the strength of stuff. But, I feel like we should fill up on these as quickly as possible, right? Who knows? So I am gonna go edit that deck one last time, and then I promise we're gonna play some real games soon. What on earth is this? This is what you buy with the currency, it looks like, the in-game currency. 60 packs for $70. So similar, actually identical pricing to Hearthstone. 20 for 15. Yeah, it's exactly similar.
Prices
Okay, just making sure that was the same place. So I will say that the disclaimer on this game also said the game may be reset, like your collection of stuff might get reset since this is a closed beta, but it said they would compensate you fairly, so I think I'm fair to spend money at some point. And at least get the value in dust or currency back eventually, so that's nice. Oh, so you click it before you... I know what I did wrong last time. The UI is a little weird with the right and left clicks instead of like buttons, but I think we wanted to go add in that new silver dude, and didn't we get an extra manticore guy? Maybe these are unique and you can only run one? Apparently these are actually uniques, like legendaries in some way. Like you can run 6 total, but... Why does it say I have 5 silver cards? Oh, some are down here. That's a silver. 2 silvers here. Where are the other silvers? I'm not... Oh, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and the 5. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess these are just... I don't know. It doesn't really say. But apparently they're unique. That's fine. That means I can dust the other one probably for some good dust. Alright, boys. This is it. We're probably going to get ruined, but we're sure going to try our very, very best. Searching for a worthy opponent. That sounds familiar. That's a little on the nose there as far as the Hearthstone copying is concerned, I think.
Crush those vermin!
Ested esa crisa.
Okay, so we gotta pick some stuff to throw away. I really do not know about the mulligan strategies here. This seems good only if we have multiple copies of a unit. We do have a few of these guys. So maybe let's look for more. Oh, there's a duplicate. Okay, cool. And you don't have to pick them all at once, which is nice. So you can kind of condition your mulligan based on how one draw went. You can get another. And let's keep that fog just in case, and let's throw this guy away. Got some big cards, so I might be all right. Opponent's turn. Oh my God! He has the cow too. No. There's a funny strategy here where I could almost add strength to this and make sure that it dies, right? So choose a non-gold unit on your opponent's side of the battlefield and remove 1 strength from it. That's the last thing I want to do because it'll turn that thing into a chort. So we don't want that. I don't understand this card's effect at all. Just gonna play this. Oh, so there is a timer here. That was the rope it looked like. He could just pass here and make me waste like a 5 strength advantage. Wish I could figure out how the graveyard and stuff was viewable. So he just played a 7th strength card, so he's up 8 to 6, so I don't have to do a ton. There's nothing in the graveyard yet, so this card is not going to get a benefit there. I can just do this. Definitely don't want to use it on the cow. And we're up 10 to 7. He just deleted a card. How did that work? I need to see how this card... We have that card too, but I don't remember the effect. Okay, so he's up 7 to 4. So again, I don't really have to overcommit. I'm down 3, so this would put me up 1. And
There is no escape.
can take that down to put me up by 2. My fog is totally useless right now.
Bloody non-humans.
What does that do? Blue stripes? Add 4 strength to 1 friendly non-gold unit. Okay, so he's at 14. This can take me to 15. Put me up 1. We're both really committed to this round, by the way, so I don't know how this works, but I'm going to play it out and see. Neither of us are going to have a card left. What does this do? It plays a 10 card for me. Okay, that's really good to know.
Interesting.
Whoa! Whoa! I have 6 cards and he has 5. What does this do? Spawn an exact copy of a friendly bronze unit. He could dominate me with that on this, because that's just a 9 card. I think I'm gonna just give up this round, guys. We're gonna sacrifice this round to go in with the 2-card or 1-card advantage, and we'll make him waste some stuff and see if we can't pull out the next 2 rounds. Oh, and this guy gets to stick around. What is this? Oh, I didn't know it worked that way. The cow dies automatically at the end of the turn. Oh my goodness, I didn't know it worked that way.
Death to the enemy!
I really did not know it worked that way, guys. Sorry, I wish I knew that. We probably could have found a way to deal with it. So I think we do need to try to win this hand. We're down 7 right now. So I have to play one of my big cards or I'm just gonna lose. I think. Is that how it works? I think if I'm behind and he passes, the game is just over, right? So I guess we'll do this. How do I actually play this?
Dead Essa Crisa.
So that only put me up 3 somehow. I didn't want to play Geralt just because that would have been 5 over. I feel like that's a waste. Somebody who's watching this who knows how Witcher works, by the way, may very well be... I'm just going to pass. I'm winning, and we're going to have a huge hand next round. And this guy's going to live. I'm going to start the round with a 7-attack minion right now. I can't believe... Oh, a 10-attack guy. Never mind. I can't believe he gave up his cow round. Like, he had the cow and the 9-attack guy. He really should have went in on that because that was like a free 9-strength dude. Do I just pass or just maybe play a guy? This is the final round, right? So I think I can sort of go all in. So I'll just play a guy. My fog won't hurt this dude.
Not your lucky day.
Geralt got a +2, so I'm still actually ahead. I don't have an effect for him. I don't have any duplicates to take advantage of this. I guess I can just play my own Geralt. Don't really have to, though. Maybe we do the Necker and summon a bunch of dudes, but that puts us pretty all in on the melee row. That's a little scary. Let's just try this. Oh, nice buff, dude. I don't know what we got, but he went from like 4 to 11. What does this do? Nothing. Doesn't do anything. So, I mean, the nice thing about this is, like, any weather effect is going to affect him as much or more as it does me, almost. So, I think I'm just going to start going all in on the melee row. Like, clearly Monsters is melee-based anyway. He has 5 cards to our 6. This thing doesn't seem like it's going to be good until we get a Necker to stick. What does Ballista do? Remove 2 strength from an opposing non-gold unit. Oh, he used it on the Foglet. Makes sense. I guess we'll just summon this guy. Oh, I guess I'm not running any more of those. Whoops. I thought he was going to summon like 3 or 4, but he clearly didn't. I don't know if there's a width
must
limit.
Die!
What does this do? Add 4 strength to 1 friendly non-gold unit. Okay, so if I fog out here, it's going to remove 4, but I might want him to play a couple more cards before I fog. Like, I don't want to kill that row. Although, maybe fog just lasts forever, now that I think about it. Let's just play this guy. Just loading up the board with big guys, right? Like, we can always do these later. This is not going to be good. Oh, this is a Witcher, though. Maybe we can just add this to our Witcher and take it to 18.
Crush those vermin!
Oh, he used his hero card to make a copy. Oh, the battle cry still activates when you make the copy. That's pretty chill. That actually put him in the lead. Ugh. Oh, you can't do this on a gold unit, though. So this is only going to be a 4 strength buff. It kind of wastes it. Sure, let's try this guy. Who knows? If he wants to negate that with a weather effect, he's going to kill his guys, so... It seems safe back here. Oh, so this, actually, I think this would have procced this. Oh my god! That's not good. I do not have an answer for that nonsense. Oh my word, we just got... we just got the Divine Spirit Inner Fire comboed, I think. Oh boy. No, I don't have an answer for this. There's no way we're not gonna be able to catch him. We're down 10 and we only have 8. And I don't have... This is gonna gain an attack to take me up 9, but that means he has 2 cards to do whatever he wants. He's gonna copy it again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I need to draw some cards somehow.
There is no escape.
I guess I'm gonna destroy this unit and buff this guy. I think it's the highest attack thing I had. I don't know. Oh lord, what did that do? I don't know what that did, but it hurt. I'm getting demolished. That's it, we lose, we can't win. We're down and I'm out of cards. Oh, that combo back there. Jeez Louise. Man. So it's interesting, like, looking at the total points, right? Like, we had 28, 78 total points. He had 76, 96. So that wasn't just, I'm not sitting a good game, I lost. Forget that nonsense. GG, Gwent. That's pretty funny, the Gwent logo. I got 5 ore for losing. I don't know what any of this means. Oh, well, sure, if I get a reward, fine. Let's go again. Let's try a couple more games before we call it a video on this first impressions of Gwent. It's fun. I mean, I'm really enjoying it, honestly. It's very different than what I'm used to, and still a lot of fun. That goes too fast. I know at some point I'll be glad that it's going too fast, because I won't know... Because I'll know everything, and I'll just be like, oh, it's moving along. But right now, I don't know. That seems pretty good. I don't think these go together. I think we like this, though, because we're going to have a lot of melee guys. We have some big guys. I don't really like this... Arrakis Behemoth, we just don't have that many cards to synergize with it. That's good to have duplicates for the that one card we have. Let's get rid of the school. That's limited sometimes. Opponent's turn? He's a boat guy. When played from the graveyard, add 4 to this unit's original strength. Interesting. Oh, I'm never gonna remember these names. I haven't even been looking at like the names of cards, only like the artwork and the effects. Yeah, let's play our golem. When removed from the battlefield, 2
You wanna pass? You gotta
lesser
pay.
golem units. So if he
Can't
like
let you
kills
through
this, he's
elsewise.
got a nightmare to deal with. So he just put 2 cards in his graveyard, or he put 1 card in his graveyard. It says from this guy. He's immune to fog, so that's fine. We tossed back our fog, thankfully. We're gonna play a guy that's also immune to fog. He might have fog in his deck to, like, you know, counter us and leave this guy going, but this guy doesn't care about fog either.
This'll be quick and painful.
What? That was insane. That doesn't seem fair. How do you deal with this? He just put 19 power on the board. I guess you pass is how you deal with this. I don't... What? How? What do you do? Oh, nice. That guy does the same thing as, Oh, man, we just got some heavy hitters. Sick. And we're already up 8 on the board. Yeah, playing a big monster actually makes a lot of sense each round, doesn't it? That's pretty intriguing. Okay. All of these effects don't affect gold units, so I guess there's really not much we can do with Geralt right now. We can just, we're down 4, so we don't have to go like crazy. We'll wait to use this as a reactive answer, so we'll just play another one of these fog dudes. They seem sort of risk averse and just
Let's
big.
not get in the way of me axe.
Yeah, that's not a scary thing to see. This guy is susceptible to fog, and we're kind of going all in on the ranged row, but if he casts a fog, these actually get a buff. So it kind of helps negate how much this one is impacted, right? This is a melee range dude. So I guess we're down 8, so this will take us even. Choose 3 non-gold units on the battlefield with 2 strength in them. Oh, he did do that. He did it to all 3 of these. I didn't even realize that at first. This guy seems to have some good cards. Am I crazy? Add 2 strength to this unit each time another unit on your side of the battlefield has its... Okay, wait a second. That was really complicated. Add 2 strength to this unit each time another unit on your side of the battlefield has its strength reduced but is not destroyed. So that just negated this card. This is a strength debuff, so if I use it, this guy gets stronger. So this would actually be a -1 gain for me. I'm down by 4. What on earth do I... Oh, I didn't mean to play that. I guess a double-click plays stuff. Sorry, guys. I should have done this on this.
Like fire and iron.
Wow, this works with this. That's a stupid good synergy, too. So I'm down 3. I guess I'll just remove one of these. Actually, this is probably the best, because it looks like he's going to keep making this stronger, so... I mean, I took a 1 strength penalty.
For blood!
Well, he brought it back. Great. Way to go, dude. You're a jerk. You are a jerk. So I can actually use... This will just destroy my dudes, though. That's not very good. So we're down 3. What on earth do I do? This is gonna buff... It's gonna buff that guy if I do it, so I don't actually think I want that. So I'm kind of stuck here, right? Like, I don't really have a good thing to do. This is gonna put him. This is gonna put him down to 33, and it'll go up to 35, and it'll take me to 35. So it sort of sucks, but it's the best play I have without overcommitting my high-quality cards. What? No! Oh, Lord. I can't give up because, I don't know if I can win, though, right? I just don't know. This Clear Skies is useless.
Let's get this over with.
I don't know what to do, guys. I think we're just gonna lose. I think our deck sucks. War Cry? What did that do? Oh my gosh. Well, we already lost a round, so I have to keep going. I need these guys to die so I can use Epidemic, but then it'll just kill these, I guess.
Modern Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
This guy's deck is insane. This guy's deck is insane. I don't have any cool combos or anything to do. I am just out of gas. I have nothing to do. No! Get out of town! No! I guess I have to start playing the Commander's Horn. What did it do? I don't even know what it does, but it seems ridiculous. And why is this? Oh, it's grayed out. Okay. Well, great. Let's just kill my own side of the board. Great news. We removed the non-existent weather effect, guys. Oh my. This is bad news. Bad news bears. Oh. Oh boy. So it looks like we're at least getting some ore. $5 per, which means I think it was 100 to buy a keg, which means it's going to take 20 games to get a keg, and that may actually be different if you win a game. I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know what happens if you win a game. I'm not going to change my deck just out of good faith approach. I want to see how it performs, see if we had a good first shot. Clearly, I think we need some work, though, because everything we've played against seems to have already identified, like, crazy synergies and cool combos and stuff.
What must be done.
How are people doing that? Let me see if I can read this fast enough. Choose up 3 cards to your hand and replace them with cards randomly drawn from your deck. So should just get, like, a second mulligan? Well, this seems really good, because everybody keeps doing these really strong combos against us. So we'll keep that. We'll keep the Pulsion. We'll get rid of the Necker. That seemed to suck. 2 Golems is good, but not with Epidemic. Do we have Epidemic? No. Okay. The Epidemic and the Golem had kind of a counter synergy thing happening. Get rid of that guy. What do we get instead? A cow, finally! He's choosing who goes first. Sure, we'll play the cow. This cow is awesome. No! No, not my beloved cow. I could buff that cow so that it doesn't ever die. Is that actually worth it? Let's think about this. If I buff it and I just sacrifice the round, I'm gonna get a really big cow back. He's not. His cow. Oh no, his cow will still die, won't it? Never mind. Never mind. That's obviously a bad play. Actually, we can just destroy his cow and sacrifice this round. Like, we can just give up this round. Especially if he plays a card. Oh, he's trying to counter my guy. He has 8 cards in hand. We have 8 cards in hand. This guy's gonna... I'm just gonna pass. Let him win. So that my cow will hopefully win versus his cow. So now if he wants to destroy my cow, he has to waste a card to do it. Which means I'm going to get my 9 strength guy next round. But he, see, so that sucks because I don't get my 9 strength guy next round. But he also wasted a cow. He wasted a card to do that. So now I have an extra card advantage. Not to mention I'm going to kind of negate this guy's strength by getting a guy back. So it's my turn. He has a... No, I guess it's... Oh, it's his turn. Okay. Oh, what's that?
My folk have suffered much.
Oh, he doesn't like his hand. He's mulliganing. That's intriguing. I feel like that maybe isn't that powerful, but maybe it is. Well, particularly not that powerful right now, because he just doesn't have a lot to react to. Like, what's he looking for, you know? Like, what has he identified that's bad when he doesn't really know what my board is up to? This guy's gonna stick around forever. So I guess, like, debuffing it kind of makes sense. Well, I guess I can't debuff it. Oh, because it's golden. Shoot. Well, I was gonna debuff it. That made sense in my brain, but that's silver. So I would really love to be able to do that now to that, but I screwed it up, like always. Yeah, let's play this. I don't really know, guys. Just trying to keep the numbers kind of close and see where it goes from there. What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. I didn't actually mean to play that.
Fail.
Okay, so that was like a trap card, I guess? Yeah, it's literally called a fireball trap. It destroyed my dude, but I got some dudes back out of it at least. Play face down, reveal when a non-golden unit appears on the row and remove 5 strength from it if that unit is destroyed, creating 2 Plute Commando Neophyte units on the random rows on your side. So you actually got a ton of value out of that trap. Jeez Louise, dude. Jeez. Oh boy. That really wasn't a very good frost, actually. These aren't affected. It only took strength off of this guy, really. And it hurt his guy, too. I'm kind of underwhelmed by that frost, but it does negate a lot of the rest of my hand, unfortunately, so... We might have to win this hand on...
Have strength, my love.
Why did he get to do 2 things? What was this? Oh, I feel like he got to do 2 things just now, guys. Why did that happen? Didn't he play one of these and play a special? I don't see, like, a history anywhere. Maybe I wasn't really watching it closely enough. I'm not sure. So Scorch would kill this guy and this guy. That's not gonna help me any. It's not good. This guy's melee, right? Yeah, he's melee. So I guess I gotta play this guy. I don't know. This until I get a clear skies, which I don't have. We're pretty much dead in the water because 19 of our power is sort of right there.
Not your lucky day.
Oh, it only works on non-gold, so I can't even do that. I can play this guy, but again, I'm just gonna run out of. I'm gonna run out of gas because all my power is on that frost row.
I'll feed you to the crows!
Oh, cool! It's like a battle cry that choose a bronze unit, return it to your hand. Yeah. Oh, that's. Oh, I see. Her effect is play a random special card. That's why he got to do 2 things. Got it. And he played Adrenaline Rush, which there's no way for me to view what this is. I don't know what that does. So, guys, here's where we lose, right? I guess I can do this actually, but it's still gonna be. I think this means it's still a 1. I don't think this buff works. Oh, it does actually work that way. Oh, cool. That's nice. So you can buff stuff after it's been frosted. That's pretty relevant. I need him to play a big guy so I can scorch it. Oh, there it is. Right there. Do something else to that. This is a 5 gain, though. It's not enough. I'm not going to be able to win. Not going to be able to win. This is only 2. It puts me at 37. And this is a 5. It puts me at 42 because I go from 12 to 7. I have to either wait for him to debuff this or buff this up somehow again. Doesn't really help at all because it's still going to destroy this one now. That actually helps. Did that make the difference? I'm gonna lose 8 and he's gonna lose 24? So that's a 16-point swing and I still don't think it's enough. Wait, why didn't... Does that little icon mean it's scorch proof? I don't know, guys. I'm still gonna lose, but apparently this can't be scorched? I don't know. Oh, these are actually immune to frost. Well, that's pretty cool. So this game is like stupidly close. God. Ah! So close. And I would have won. Oh no, he would have won the third round anyway. Because he had all those dudes that didn't go away. No rewards. Apparently losing streaks mean you don't get to get rewards, which is pretty darn sad. Okay, well, I think that's actually going to wrap it up for me and my first impressions of Gwent, the Witcher card game. Super fun. I liked it a lot, so I think that this is one you got to try out. If you're a fan of card games at all, then you're going to enjoy this one. So, color me impressed. If I had to say I was not impressed, neutral, or impressed, this is definitely impressed. I'm going to be playing more Gwent. I expect this game to actually be pretty popular. So if you've got a key laying around somehow, if you were smart enough to sign up and got lucky enough to get that key, or you got somebody who's willing to give you a key or whatever it might be, start jumping in now, because I think this one's going up. It's a lot of fun and very well made, and has a history as being a popular game already. So I know a lot of people are going to be coming into this one. So all that said, I appreciate all your time. Stay tuned for future Gwent videos right here from RegisKillbin. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, game on.